Good morning, sleepyheads. After yesterday's no elevator challenge, I've never been happier to push a button. And look, we even beat the washy-washy crew to breakfast. Today's day 5, our last day on the Serenade of the Seas, and it is gloomy. We are very glad that yesterday we checked off all the outdoor activities that we wanted to do, like rock climbing. I'm guessing they don't even do rock climbing on a day like today. Today we get to do a behind-the-scene tours, last chance to get any of those videos that we want, trivia, and our last night in the theater. Speaking of the theater, look who we found hanging out in our favorite aft spot. A couple of the incredible singers from last night's show. How fun is that? As always, we have 3 rules. Rule number 1 is we have to find the best activity, food, or spot on the ship for you today since it's a sea day. Number 2, we have to find the best tips and tricks for you. And number 3, we have to decide, is the Serenade of the Seas a ship that would be right for you to take on an Alaskan cruise? And just like that, it's time for the game plan. Today's game plan is simple. We have a big 3 that we want to do. Number 1, we're going to start our morning by going on a behind-the-scenes tour where we get to go to the engine room, the bridge, the laundry facility, the galley. It should be great. After that, we're going to watch the International Parade of Flags in the Centrum, where they show off all the different nationalities that are working on this ship. Finally, the last thing that we have on our definite to-do list is to go to the captain's talk in the main theater. Of course, we're also going to do trivia, check out a game show, and watch the show tonight with a comedian and eat in the main dining room. It's our last day. Are you ready? Gotta get out my compass. Here we go. Which way? Let me look. Let me see. That way. Let's go. Wait, no. This way. Let's go. Our first part of the game plan is to go on the behind-the-scenes tour, which takes us behind the scenes. We get to go to the bridge. We get to go to the engine room. We get to go to the galley. It should be really interesting. Our behind-the-scenes tour started in the main theater, where we got a peek into the life of a cruise ship performer. The lead singer shared what it's really like to live, rehearse, and perform at sea. Next, we walked through the galley, the ship's giant kitchen. The head baker showed us a machine that makes 36 rolls in 6 seconds, and another that flattens pizza dough. The dishwashers and waiters all stopped to wave as we passed. It was such a fun moment. Next, we stepped into the ship's control room, the true nerve center of the Serenade. From here, the engineers monitor and manage everything: propulsion, power, and water systems. It's like mission control at sea, keeping the whole ship running smoothly. We got to walk through the crew-only corridors. And guess who I ran into? Danny, one of the dancers from the show. Of course, I had to grab a quick selfie. Our next stop on the Behind the Waves tour was the food storage area. The officer in charge explained how all the menus come straight from the Royal Caribbean's headquarters in Miami, and how fresh produce gets rotated every time the ship takes on new supplies. Ever wonder how cruise ships handle mountains of laundry? Huge washers, dryers, and a sheet press the size of a car. And yes, guest laundry gets its own section. Our final stop, and the one we've been waiting for, was the bridge. This is where they steer and navigate the ship. Most of the time, this happens right from the center, but when it's time to dock, they move to these side extensions on the port or starboard side. Each one has duplicate controls and even a glass floor, so they can see exactly how close they are to the dock. And no, there's no giant steering wheel like in the movies, just joysticks and buttons. It's high-tech sailing at its finest. After our Behind the Waves tour, we headed to the captain's talk, where he shared a bit about his childhood growing up in a small Scandinavian country, his personal yacht that he lives on when he's off duty, and some of his most challenging adventures at sea. Let's just say he's seen a few storms. We're here in the Centrum on floor 6, and we're getting ready to listen to and see the International Parade of Flags. The Centrum was the perfect place to host this event, with crew members proudly carrying the flags of their home countries. The best view of it all was from the glass elevators. The Centrum was buzzing. Flags, music, and smiles everywhere. And bonus, we caught our favorite head waiter, Daniela, showing off some moves from her country, Brazil. After a busy morning, it was time for lunch. We headed to the Windjammer buffet and were pleasantly surprised by the offerings. Even though there aren't any made-to-order stations, they added extra carving stations as a last-day treat. And while I usually say skip the buffet desserts, That rule goes out the window when there's a chocolate fountain, especially when the crew does the swirling for you. It's the last day of the cruise, which can mean only one thing: time to face reality and repack the luggage. It's the last day of our cruise, and one of the unpleasant things that we have to do is pack up. I used to recommend these pop-up hampers to bring to put your things in as they're dirty, but I don't do that anymore. If I was sailing with a family with a bunch of kids that I knew if they didn't have a hamper, everything would be all over the cabin, I would use one. But I don't sail with kids. So instead, what I suggest is you just hang up your dirty clothes back in the closet, and then when it comes time to go, they're not like all piled up disgusting. And then because here's the thing, you don't just shove them back in your back, you don't shove them back into your bag, into your luggage. You're gonna have to fit them back in the way that they came. So to me, it's a lot more pleasant to put these lightly dirty clothes back in. And when I take off underwear and socks, they go in a different bag so that your clothes really, they're not that dirty, and it's easy to get them home, and it's not as unpleasant of a task to repack your clothes to get them home. One way to make bulky items like jackets take up less space is with these Ziploc style compression bags. And I found the most effective way to get the air out, well, is to just sit on it. When packing up for disembarkation, you want to make sure you leave one outfit, you're going to need it for that day, and then all these hangers that are in here, you want to take them down. You can either put them up on your shelf, or you can put them down below, because if you don't, what you're going to hear all night is this. Packing complete, it was time for one last mission, a cookie hunt. We stopped by Cafe Latitude and found the same coconut and sugar-free lemon cookies from the buffet. But then we headed to the Park Cafe in the solarium. And just wait till you see what we found. Ooh, look it! They have a different kind of cookie. They have oatmeal raisin cookie. Let's get a couple. Cookie hunt mission complete. We made our way to the Centrum for one of Royal Caribbean's cocktails of the day. This one was only $7.50. Drink secured, we settled in for a quick round of rummy before dinner. It was time for our last dinner of the cruise. For starters, I had the Mediterranean tapas medley, and for my main course, I decided to follow Noah's lead with a braised lamb, and I'm so glad I did. It was delish. For dessert, Noah went with a crema catalana, which looked a bit like creme brulee, and I had the dark chocolate brownie a la mode. The meal was a perfect ending to a perfect cruise. After dinner, we hit the theater, expecting a comedy show, and got a bonus encore from the singers, dancers, and band. Honestly, they were the highlight of this cruise. Jamming time. It's our last full night here on the Serenade of the Seas. So we thought we'll start with our rules for today, and then we're going to share some favorite moments and some top tips and ideas for your next cruise. So from today, rule number 1, favorite activity or food? And food.
Favorite food was the lamb.
Yeah, it
Dinner,
was so
that was
good.
delicious.
Yes. And then favorite activity had to be the behind the scenes tour.
Yes.
We've
like
never done that
fantastic.
before, and that was so cool to get to see all the different parts of the ship that you don't normally get to see. So that was really great.
Mhm.
Rule number 2, best tip and trick. I kind of went over them already as we packed. So definitely with packing, you have to make sure that you remember to put out your clothes for the next morning, because if you pack them all, you have nothing but your pajamas.
Right.
That would be bad. And also have a bag. If you're having them do assist, which means they're taking the bags off for you, you have to have something that you can carry what you have left in your cabin off the ship with you.
Right.
So don't
Yeah, good
forget to
tip.
do that.
Yes. Important.
And then finally, the Serenade of the Seas, we talked to a cruiser today that had been on this ship. They had a world tour on this ship. And this ship, this voyage was like a
It was like a
reunion.
reunion, like an annual, like 1-year reunion.
Yeah. And so one of the guys on the ship we talked to that had been on the world tour, and he was a fanatic about the ship. He had a lot to say. But one of the things he said was,
Oh, that before that, they had gone through and polished all the glass on the ship. So that leads us to believe also that this would be a good ship to go to Alaska, so it would be easier to view the glaciers.
And he also boasted there's like 32,000 square feet of glass on this ship. There's just everything is looking out at the ocean, or you're outside looking at the ocean. So those things all add up to, yes, it's a good ship to take to Alaska.
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's just go through and do a quick total recap of some of the different things that we did. So Seattle, top Seattle, just one top Seattle, obviously, we know what you're gonna say.
Yes, the Museum of Flight.
Yes, and I would say, honestly, for the whole cruise, that was mine too. I love that. I love doing that. So whether you're going on a cruise to Seattle or you're just going to Seattle, go to the Museum of Flight. It
It
was
was a
amazing.
surprise how huge it was.
So amazing and so well done.
Bit
And
a
then
lot of time in your day to go there.
yes, yes, don't do anything else. Well, you can, but be there a long time. And then the next stop was Astoria. So in Astoria, I already know my favorite thing.
Yes, I know your favorite thing, so I'll let you say your
The
favorite.
Marion Berry Cobbler. Oh my gosh. At the Astoria Brewing Company. It was so delicious. It was so delicious. It was just a really fun day, but that was really a standout. And then yesterday with our Seabourn Olympics,
Mhm.
that was a lot of fun. So, what about that? What would you say about that? What was a standout?
Yesterday for that, doing the rock wall. Never did that
Oh,
before, so
yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, and for me, it's just the idea of keep your days full, as full as you want. Some people just like to lay around and read a book all day, but if you are like us and you'd like to stay busy, there are so many things you can do. So, one of them, remember, is the mission cards. Can you hold this microphone for me?
Yeah.
So, the idea that you're going to join a group activity that you've never done before, when you are in port, that you do something, a local landmark, you can ask ChatGPT, what is something to do in Astoria that people don't normally do? And it'll give you some ideas. Always, always, always try a new food. And remember the tip that you can order as much as you want. I would say on Royal Caribbean, though, the servings are really big. So I I did think twice. Like tonight, I thought twice. I didn't want to have two.
Right.
Having a conversation with a crew member. Get to know the crew members. They're so interesting, and
And
they're from
a
all.
lot of them are really open and friendly and wanna talk to you.
Yeah, we had such a good time. It's always fun to look around the ship to find some different spots to get photos and just walk around the ship, get outside, whether you're in Alaska or whatever destination, get outside. Well, we had a lot of fun on our shipboard Olympic day, so do that. Oh my gosh, and one day you might wanna do this. This I would think twice about maybe doing again.
Yes.
Taking the stairs all day one day, that was tough because we're on deck 3 and this ship has 13 decks, so yesterday was a lot.
You can have that back.
I'll take that back. So, overall, I had so much fun.
It was a great success.
And I love yeah.
Enjoyable.
And I love sharing this with you, and I just hope that these videos have inspired you maybe to cruise or maybe to cruise a little differently. Maybe if you've cruised for a long time and you think, "You know what? That would be fun to add some kind of mission cards or challenge." I'll put a link to those mission cards in the description below, and that way if you have an interest in doing that, you can print those out and you can do them on your next cruise. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Happy sailing.